a trailer dropped for the new He-Man series, and it's kind of nice that this one's called actually He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and it actually does look like He-Man will take a more central role in this, maybe with a little bit of caveat there. I'm going to keep this one short, and I'm not going to say too much. Hey, Jeremy from The Quartering actually got copyright claimed on his, so I'm definitely not showing anything. So you'll just have to go find the trailer yourself. It's easy to find. But the studio is the same studio that did the Troll Hunters, which, for what it is actually a decent enough series. I haven't finished it. It's not overly compelling, but it's fun and campy and not terrible. Some of the stylization I don't particularly care for, but I mean, if you're going to do CG, this isn't bad. And I think my bigger reservation here is the fact that they still went out of their way to gender bend and race swap, which again is, let's just go back to the fact, is incredibly lazy storytelling. But, there's that little tiny optimist inside of me, and you're not going to really know me as an optimist, but there's a little optimist inside of me that every once in a while likes to poke his head out and be like, this could be fun. Look, there's that part of me that's like, this can't be possibly any worse than what Kevin Smith did. I mean, yeah, it could, because New Adventures of He-Man is still the worst of all of them, but the fact is that I don't think this is going to be as bad as that. I think this is going to be better than Revelation. So, we'll see. We will see. I do want to bring up one thing, though, and that's the fact that, so none of the other Masters, none of the other heroic gallery appeared to be in the trailer. And then you look at the cast listing and all that, and they go, oh, no, they have just completely changed these characters. So, like, Man-at-Arms seems kind of like Sokka from the Avatar The Last Airbender. He seems like kind of a tech genius but idiot. And Man-at-Arms played the role of, like, the mentor for Adam. It was like Man-at-Arms and the Sorceress were He-Man's mentors. And that was kind of a major deal in the story. So denying He-Man a mentor character kind of just puts it in the role of he's just a half-wit with incredible special powers. And that's not the He-Man that I want to see. Now, sure, the show's not written for me. It's written for this generation's 8-year-olds, and I get that. But as a He-Man fan, I'm still going to watch it, and I'm still going to bitch about it. But hey, at least they're being honest that this one's a reboot, and they're not trying to say that it's a continuation or that it's for the original fans. So, that takes some of the pressure off them, because they're just admitting up front that it's a reboot, new skin for a new generation. I am not the biggest fan of the more cyberpunk style feel of it. I don't hate cyberpunk by any stretch of the imagination, but I don't think that's the right direction for He-Man. And really, when it comes down to it, my biggest gripe, I think, is the fact that they have once again erased a redhead. Okay, let me stop here for a second. I am not among those people who's like, I need to see myself on screen in order to feel justified and relevant and seen. No. As a redhead, I almost always don't get anybody that looks like me. And I don't care. That's not what matters, right? What matters is good storytelling. I love Jakar from Babylon 5. Does Jakar look like me? No. Doesn't need to, right? You find reasons to like characters, to identify with characters, to follow along with characters based on personality and story and, who they are and what they offer, not because of what they look like. And so this idea of, you have to have one of everybody or whatever. It's not like that. It's more to the fact that at some point somebody decided that every redheaded character needs to be replaced with a black character. Specifically with a black character. And it's always a redhead character getting swapped to a black character. Go look at Just Some Guy's, I think that's his name. Go look at his video, The Death of Redheads. I will link that down below. And it's always swap the redhead out with a black character. It makes me think that somebody heard Tim Minchin's Prejudice song and heard the opening and were like, oh, they're interchangeable. That's not how that works. So it's a little irritating because not only is race swapping irritating, but Hollywood has been on a vendetta against redheads for a long, long time, with the exception of a couple of CW shows, which I no longer watch. I gave Riverdale a chance, and I gave Nancy Drew a chance. Both of those, show redheads, but they're just not for me. It's just not something I could keep up with. But other than those two shows, pretty much every redhead gets batted off to the side and replaced. Hollywood really, really doesn't like redheads for whatever reason. And, Young Ripa has talked about this as well. It happens a lot, and they've done it once again. So, that's irritating. And it's not out of some kind of indignation for you're erasing my people or anything like that. It's nothing of the sort. Like I said, redheads tend not to get represented much anyway, and that doesn't matter. The point is that they are specifically doing it to redheads so it feels a little more targeted. And then on top of that, it is just, again, very, very lazy storytelling. Gender and race swapping is never a good idea. It's always a bad idea. All that is lazy, 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 lazy storytelling, world building, character creation, all that. So, anyway, there's part of me, I'm being hopeful. I know I set my bar too high for Revelation, and I'm probably setting it too high again, but I'm hopeful, but I am very cautious. It probably won't be good, but you know what? I'm going to give it a chance because I'm a He-Man fan. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Good journey.
Chocolate-covered laser discs, flashing like a dagger in the night.